Hello, this is Mallory, and this is going to be a Fantasy Battle Report, 2,000 points, and it's going to be against a guy I hadn't played in years. This guy used to kind of run the store up in Fort McMurray, down from his basement. I used to go over there all the time and play, but then he didn't do that. The new guy made his new store, so I haven't played him in like 4 years type thing. Now, last time I played him, it's the old book. He's doing Warriors of Chaos. I had dwarves in the trunk, so hey, we're taking out the dwarves here today, and the big thing is that going into this game, I was really worried because before he was running he liked infantry. He was running a horde of marauders, a horde of chaos warriors, and so really that's like a lot of dudes to try and shoot and kill. I was also worried about him bringing on a demon prince and all this stuff, but as you're soon going to see, he brought something a little bit different. So there you have it, and let's see what happens. All right, so the first pretty crazy thing here that I saw is he's running a lord on a manticore. I know this is a cool option that came out when basically the Storm of Chaos came out, and it's a really cool looking model, but tactically it's pretty weak because of course cannons hit both parts and just everything dies. But yeah, he brought it out here, and I I kind of hope I kill it with a cannon, but at the same time I kind of hope I don't. He said he's never made combat, so. Otherwise, look at his force here. He has a Hell Cannon, and then a big unit here of Warriors, 25 big. He likes running Lore Slanesh, and he also is running a Chaos Sorcerer here. Over here, another block at 25, and another Hell Cannon, and that's his army. Pretty simple. On my side, here's my Dwarves, and I got the God, I can't remember his name, so I'll talk about the Warriors. I got the horde of Warriors there with great weapons, another 40 going deep, and they have the shields. Then I have the anvil in the back. I also am going to be having some miners. Of course, they're starting off the board. Way on the one side there, you can see more of the other trees. There is the Grudge Store. Then I have two organ guns. Hey, there's a name. And then way over here, I have a cannon. Because, hey, if he wants to go for the cannon, he'll be going away from my forest. Meanwhile, I can go and I can shoot his hell cannons. Oh, yeah, unless, of course, I die first turn. Yeah, that would be one way where I'd not be killing hell cannons. So, yeah, that made things pretty simple. But really, on a first turn dwarves like this, yeah, you don't really do much on your first turn. The woods I'm in there turn out to be poison woods. But at least now that we know that that cannon explodes in my first turn, it's not that big of a deal. I do try and put a rock down onto the head of the Lord there, and I do a couple of wounds, but... Oh, actually, no, this turn I scatter off. The wounds I do to him on this turn is because I hit him with the anvil, and I actually do 2 wounds to the manticore already, and now he can't fly, so that's going to help a lot. His turn over here, he's mainly just going towards my warriors here. And, I mean, this is one of the things where, normally this block here can hold guys up forever. But, yeah, now, if he gets his warriors into mine, I'll be in some big trouble. However, the funny thing that happened here is on his first turn, he went and he miscast with his sorcerer. He did... I can't remember what spell, killed a couple of my guys. The main thing is that he miscast. He's not even a sorcerer anymore. He's not even a wizard. So it doesn't really matter what magic missile he shot and what happened here, because really what happened is that there's no more magic in this entire game. Otherwise, looks like this. His Manticore moves up the best he can. Looks like he's going to be going for my Grudge Thor. He does some shots with his Hell Cannons. Really kills a big chunk of warriors there and my shields. But I'm still doing okay-ish. My turn 2, the miners decide not to show up. And this is time for misfire. So, I really want to start shooting. I definitely want to try and kill that Lord there on the left. But, yeah, Grudge Thor, misfire... Anvil misfire, organ gun misfire, and then the other organ gun killed 3 of the warriors. So really not what I needed. I mean, yeah, 3 things misfiring, organ gun not showing up, and now even if the miners show up next turn, I can't use the anvil on them. So pretty bad turn. So over here, though, I get some luck. He tries to charge in the Manticore and fails the charge. He didn't need much either, but he failed it. And then otherwise it looks like this. Again, he's just kind of moving up his warriors, swinging around the far side. I mean, really what happened here with the story with the warriors on the far right is that was the first unit he placed. And then, of course, I did everything on this far corner. So that's going to help me out. But really, they're going to get to me eventually. And unless my war machines start trying to help me out here, again, all these things that misfired are, can't shoot this turn, like last turn and my next turn. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit rough. So on my turn, do my miners come in? No, they roll a 1. Hey, good thing I have the steam drill. Oh, they roll a 1 again. Oh, miners. So otherwise, what can I do? I move back my grudge thrower. A lot of my things will be working next turn, but they just can't do anything this turn. I shoot into those warriors again, kill another 3. The big thing here is I have the Master Runa challenge, so I can force that block into my warriors with shields. His Manticore, it's a long charge on the grudge thrower, so he's probably going to the great weapons. And hey, I don't feel bad with that fight. I'll kill the Manticore and eventually break the Lord. So his turn, that's what happens. I use the Master Rune. Those charges go down. His Hell Cannon then decides to eat his own crew. So that pretty much means his Hell Cannon's out of the game. Because now it's Leadership 4. He's going to fail it. And it's just going to be moving around. So I'm happy with that. And his other Hell Cannon misfires as well and moves on up. I think also on the turn that his caster exploded, his one cannon also misfired and said that all wizards have to take a miscast or whatever. But hey, at that point, there's no wizards. So one of those little funny things that happens. So otherwise, this was ridiculous. All right, so what happens here is that the Manticore goes in, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to wreck this guy's face. However, I crap the bed. I don't kill him. I leave him on 1 wound. And the thing is that this Lord's super killy. He has Always Strike First through the Helm of Many Eyes. He has the Sword of Bloodshed. So he has so many attacks. So between all the attacks and the Thunderstomps, I lose, like 13 guys or something crazy like that. 12 looks like here. And in the end, of course, he wins. And I reform. It's like, well, wow. Like at this point here, he's probably just going to grind down the whole unit. Then we go to the combat on the other side. And when he attacked me, I was saving everything. All my armor saves, all my parries. I only lost a little tiny bit, beat them, they broke, and I ran him down. So that's a huge swing that not only did I beat him, but I also somehow caught him. Remember, dwarves are -1 to chasing in this stuff. So yeah, this really helped, although of course now that Manticore is going to be a lot of trouble. So on my turn, I turn around with these guys. My miners came on as well, and then I used the anvil again to the flank here. And that's really going to be in my favor. And so after this is all done, yeah, again, silly stuff going on here. So what goes on here is that on the right side, I beat these guys bad. They need like a 3 to hold. Well, they make it. So, okay, whatever, that happens. On the left side, I kill the Manticore finally. He kills some guys there, and yeah, again, it's a thing where this guy's going to go and slaughter my stuff. But yeah, I even did a wound to him. He has really good armor. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen over there. He's going to kill so much stuff. He normally does have a good armor save, but yeah, he kills so much. Again, I think I made lots of saves against him. It's just still he killed enough to win. Either way, I'm sort of running out of targets to shoot at. I'm not shooting at his Hell Cannons, but Hell Cannons are freaking tough, and they're hard to take out. His turn, though, this is where the crazy comes up again. He beats my unit. Whatever, I'm Leadership 9. I fail it. My BSB is now off fighting in the other combat, so he runs me down here and goes off the board. I was actually lucky his lore didn't run into one of these other units here, but yeah, that's a lot of points to lose. Otherwise, I beat the other unit. They break, and I run them down. This is the second unit I've ran down with dwarves. This is not supposed to happen. If you do break, I'm supposed to try and have to try and make you charge off a table edge or something like that. I'm not supposed to catch you. And yet so far I've caught both his big units of warriors. So yeah, I'm pretty much waiting for his other stuff to come on and stuff. But yeah, his Hell Cannons are just moving up, running out of things to shoot at because I was all in combat or they're scattering off. But there you have it. Otherwise, here on my turn, I'm just now reforming to face him. Hey, if I can go and pick on one Hell Cannon, maybe I can kill it. But on his turn, yeah, that kind of changes again. His lore comes on to look at my anvil, so My Rune Lord is pretty scared. That one Hell Cannon is getting pretty damn close, so I'm not happy with that. And then the other one, he shot my warriors and killed a ton. So all of a sudden, I'm not feeling good about charging in those warriors anymore. So on my turn, pretty much all I do is I shoot everything into the Lord here, and he's still alive. So that's bad news. And that means like everything. Like the anvil can't shoot it because I can't pick on characters that aren't on monstrous mounts. But yeah, this is like 2 organ guns into the guy, and my crutch thrower trying to hit a rock on his head too. And no, he's bound and determined to kill my Rune Lord. On his turn, he goes into my organ gun, and I think we know how that's going to go. Over here, he goes into my Rune Lord, and all I want him to do is to survive. You know, I know I'm going to get my butt kicked, but I'm unbreakable, so if he just doesn't kill me, that's going to save me a lot of points. And when everything's said and done, he kills the organ gun over here, again, like we expect. Although I broke from combat and he wasn't able to run me down. Not that it really matters. And then over here, he slaughters, but I'm left with 1 wound left, and because of that, he doesn't get any of the points. And this is a lot of points. Between like him, the anvil, and him being the general, that could have been a big swing, but luckily for me, did not happen. So it was a bloody game, but in the end, it was a win for the Dwarves. Actually, I felt kind of silly because I said, hey, let's add this up because it could be close because, hey, you killed the big block, you killed this other stuff. But really, I killed almost all of his points in those big warrior blocks and his 1 sorcerer, and it just wasn't enough to come back the other way. Of course, if you would have killed my lord there in the end, that could have, swung it back type thing. But hey, it all worked out. Dwarves having fun. And also neat to see these things where, when do you see a Chaos Lord riding a manticore, right? It's always the level 4 before, or now it's the Demon Prince. You just never see this build. So it was really nice to see this. We're also probably doing a month-long tournament this next month here in August, so it'll be 2,000 points. Hopefully there'll be a lot more crazy builds like this. And yeah, thanks for watching. It was lots of fun. Hope you liked watching it. Bye.